What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as Ridemyavatar, and today we're going to be none other than going over a deck profile for BT8. So let's dive into the video and talk about it, shall we? So let's dive into this deck profile, shall we? First off, we have none other than 4 Upamon. This Upamon is just straight up in here for that draw value because we love all about that draw. So basically here, if you have 3 or fewer security, trigger draw 1. We have a more likely happening with this going off more than we do with Cupamon. So that's why we are playing it as we are. 4 copies is just so beneficial. Next, we do play Cupimon because if you have 5 or fewer security cards, trigger draw 1. So it's not bad at all. So I think that's a good solid startup point, don't you? Next, let's talk about the rookies. The rookies we do play are none other than 4 Patamon from the starter deck. This card is one of your pricier cards because it is from a starter deck that is harder to find. So when an opponent's Digimon is deleted by dropping its DP to 0, gain 1 memory. It helps us extend plays, do some crazy shenanigans that we like. And with our good friend, the new Rapidmon Digimon from this set, we kind of gained some decent advantage. So definitely worth taking that in consideration when deck building. So we play 4 of it. Next, we do play 2 Salas. Sala's main objective is if you're at 3 or fewer security, trigger draw 1. So basically swing in death. That is really all she's in here for. Sadly, that purpose in life really does suck. Just because who wants to just sign up for death? But hey, that's what you sign up for, right, Sala? Next, we do play 4 Kazemon because it is your hybrid yellow standard card. So if you have a Digimon, you can digivolve this card from your hand onto one of your yellow tamers as if it was a level 3 Digimon, and it costs 2. So Kazemon's just a mandatory staple in my opinion. What do you guys think? Mandatory? Yeah. Next, we do play 4 Seraphimon. Seraphimon is really good because it digivolves on top of level 3 for 3, a level 4 for 1, but also on your tamer as a 2 cost. So, and if you have a card with Hybrid in trait or Zoe in this Digi-Evolution card, all your security Digimon get plus 3000 DP until the end of opponent's next turn. So basically, we're going to want to gain some decent advantage here. So we do play 4 Seraphimon. So just hybrid package in a nutshell. And then the final level 4 is none other than the King of the Ring, our new best friend, Rapidmon. This is the armored Digi-Evolution. So we won't be able to get this effect off for a lower cost, but for 4 cost, we can Digivolve on top of our level 3s, which means we have self-built-in protection. So if you go on a Patamon, if it gets killed, instantly will de-Digivolve itself and go back into its regular form. So it takes a little bit more to kill it. The only way you can kill a armored Digimon is by minusing its DP to 0, and it'll kill the rookie underneath instantly. So 2 birds, 1 stone, because that's a mechanic that you can't negate with armor release. But when digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon for each of your tamers in play, and then up to 3 of your opponent's Digimon suspended gets minus 5000 DP for the turn. So basically, we're just punishing our opponent, making it so that we can swing in, remove threats off board very easily, and just get rid of them. We don't need to deal with it, right? Next, probably the most broken card ever printed is Seraphimon. So when one of your opponents with Digimon with a one of your Digimon with a tamer's Digi-Evolution card digivolves into this card from hand, reduce the Digi-Evolution cost by 2. So basically a 1 cost evolve. Then it's basically when digivolving, if it has a hybrid in traits and its Digi-Evolution card, recovery plus 1. Such an easy requirement to get off. It's not even funny. I mean, I fear the day whenever they print a rookie hybrid, this deck's going to fly off, but it's a very powerful deck even now. So just keep that in mind when you're deck building and deck theorizing, that maybe this might be the deck for you. So, I mean, there's also ways of making Seraphimon free cost, and free is nasty. Next, we do play 2 Seraphimon because Seraphimon is the Digimon when Digivolving, trigger recovery +1. So it'll trigger other cards in our deck, but it also, if you are at 3 or more security, this Digimon has security +2. I mean, +1. So he swings for 2 security checks by himself. He's just all in all great card. Definitely an extender sometimes in its own right, especially just recovering. It gets us back to 5 or above real quick. Next, we do play Ophanimon Fall Down Mode, one of another super rares of the set. So when Digivolving this card, if it has a purple Digievolution card in its sources, you instantly get to delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lowers. But also, if you have a yellow Digievolution card in its sources, trigger recovery +1. Free recovery is always good. It means more options for them to hit into. And then on deletion, play 1 purple or yellow level 4 or lower Digimon from your trash without paying its memory cost. So basically, you'll be able to play your rookies, your champions. This whole lineup comes right in for free if it dies. So it's just all in all great benefits here. And next are Ace in the Hole Susanomon. So basically, you can take 10 cards from trash or hand, tamers and hybrid mixed, and then send them back to deck. You need to actually have 10 cards, and then you can Digivolve on top of your tamer as a level 6 Digimon. It gets security +2, and it gets, when Digivolving, pop one of your opponent's Digimon. So, all in all, very powerful card. I think not to underestimate it. It's your game finisher in this deck. There's only one way to not win, and that's not having Susano in your deck. So this deck does require Susano. Next, we do play Cody. Cody's a new card here. So start a main phase. If you have a yellow Digimon in play, gain 1 memory. So basically, these do stack, and it's a little bit easier than TK Kari to get off. So your turn, when your Digimon with 2 or more colors, which will be our Rapidmon, attacks, you may suspend this tamer to give one of your opponent's Digimon -2000 DP. So if the 5000 wasn't enough to kill it, what you could do is swing in with Rapidmon, and then if you have multiple Codys out, rest them, and then you could kill off any of their big Digimon very easily, because 5000 DP minus is huge. So, and even if you choose just to swing in with Rapidmon and just minus the DP, you could just remove it off the board that way. So just keep that in mind for combo plays. Next, we do have Kari. Kari's really good as a new tamer introduced in the set as well. So start a turn. If your memory is 2 or less, set it to 3. And then when a card is added to your security stack, you may suspend this tamer to gain 1 memory. So basically, combos in with your Jet Sylphies, your Ophanimons, your Seraphimons, your Salamons. I mean, hey, and then even some of your tamers, it does go off. So just keep that in mind, that Kari is just one of those powerful tamers, and it's just very useful this time around. Next, we do have Zoe. Zoe's really good because she'll help proc Kari's abilities, but it also will help with other things because it can add your hybrids into your hand, which could help you build up the board state that you need. So that's kind of what you want to do, and I feel like that's a very solid play. Next, we do play 3 TKs because you have the ability to search it and grab your, yellow card and then get a free recovery, fixes hands and board states very easily. Just know how to play it, and it just benefits you better than nothing, right? Next, we do play 4 Karis. This Kari's notorious in this format right now. This card is main reason why some decks just can't even play, especially if you can't take out multiple securities in one swing. So all turns, when a card is removed from your security stack, you may suspend this tamer to gain 1 memory. The more Karis we have out on the board, the more likely we can pass turns on them, especially if we can just mitigate if they don't have a memory tamer. We can easily just 2 Karis, instantly bring them to 0, and then boom, we can bring it right to 1 with 2 Karis if they're at 1. So it can instantly make it harder for them to play, and Kari's one of those threat cards that just has very little interaction with. Next, we do play 2 Wyvern's Breath. Wyvern's Breath's in here for that -5000 DP, kills any other big boss Digimon. It's just a good threat card, and just helpful as heck. Next, we play 3 Zwart Lazingers. Zwart Lazinger is a really amazing option because if you take a look at it, for each of your hybrids in his traits and each tamer you have in play, delete one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon. Instantly popping something really does help out, especially in the Pyeldramon matchup, especially with that green-blue hybrid, not hybrid, green-blue Jagras. Being able to just get rid of something is really good. I mean, even DNA, Digivolving, Jagras, whatever you want to have for a term. And then Reinforced Memory Boost. Reveal top 2 cards of your deck. Place one of them at the top of your security stack face down. Add the remaining cards to your hand. Then if you place this card in the battle area, helps proc Karis, helps proc, any of your other effects. It just benefits all. Just nothing's terrible about this. And then you can pop it later to gain 3 memory. So all in all, I love this deck profile. Let me know down in the comments what you think, and I'll catch you next video. Peace!